I think it's safe to say that in this country, we have a character issue. And this is why it's so hard to date as a man in this American society, is because majority of women that are out here in society lack good character. Think about baddies. Those women have bad characters. Think about That's Now TV, Bad Girls Club, all of that ratchet shit. These female rappers like Pluto, just bad characters across the board. Terrible personalities, nasty ass attitudes. And that's because when people have bad characters, it's usually a result of the lack of character development. This is something that I feel like is not talked about out in society, bro. Is the lack of character development within the society. And overwhelmingly, women lack character development. They've been coddled and pandered to by their teachers, counselors, parents, their friends, echo chambers, simp pandered ass niggas, bro. So they never have to bear consequence. They never have to take any accountability for how they make people feel, how they treat others, how they treat themselves, and the decisions that they make in life. And when you are absolved of all of that, you develop a bad character. And I think that as men, we've been focusing too much on the aspects that make up these bad characters rather than just generalizing all of these terrible women out in public as bad characters. They have bad characters. That's why most people who have bad characters also have bad personalities. That's why it's so hard for us men to just get bare basic conversation out of women nowadays. Because why? They have a bad personality, because they have a bad character, because they were never forced into character development. And when you start to understand this, you will then start to take modern day women less serious because they don't have good characters. Their mindset on what's right and wrong, how to do and not how to do is completely off of calibration. And that is a result of having a bad character. The fighting, the yelling, the fatigue, the bird brain mentality, surface level treatment, the dry conversations, the lack of initiation, the lack of emotional intelligence. All of these things are the aspects and the results of a bad character. To be a male-hating person, bad character. To say that you advocate for the unaliving of male babies, bad character. To think it's okay to cheat on your man, bad character. To think it's okay to emasculate your man, bad character. Everything these women say, everything these modern women have done in the name of social dynamics, in the name of building relationships, is all the results of a bad character. I think that if we genuinely wanted to mend the relations between men and women, women are going to have to be sat down and forced to go through the character development that majority of men have been forced to face our whole entire life. There's very few men out here in society that has been absolved of all accountability, all consequence, and who has never been forced to go through character development. There's a reason why us men have certain lingos like unskippable cutscenes, like being banished to the shadow realm. There are so many things about us men that transcend culture and race that allude to the simple fact that us and our literal life experience as men at the bare basic level require deep character development. Not just to better our lives, but to better the lives of the people around us, to take care of the people around us, to build better friendships, to maneuver through this workplace, to maneuver through society, and to get the attention and the love of another woman. Men are forced to go through the character development it takes to do that. Women have been absolved of that. And that is why there's such a huge disconnect between men and women in society. It's a difference and it's a constant clash between good character and bad character. And because they've never been taught this, they've never heard character development, unskippable cutscenes, all of these things that are a part of just life, they've been allowed and afforded to not have to witness or experience that shit. Us men have. And until they are sat down and forced to go through character development, the gap between men and women are going to continue to increase.